What's going on, dreamers, and welcome to another episode of Playing It Wrong. In this episode, we're going to be playing some Soul Calibur, except we're not going to be playing it the correct way. We're going to be playing it with the Poppin' Music controller, which originally I wanted to do this by basically not moving, by playing with the regular controller, but not touching the analog stick for the entire time and see how well I can do. And then I thought, well, what if I play with a controller that doesn't have any movement controls on it? Because since I'm not going to be using them, why even have a controller that has an analog stick? So we're going to go with the Poppin' Music controller and see how this works. Basically, this just has all the face buttons on it. I think it may have up and down on the D-pad too for navigating the menu, but yeah, it has no analog stick controls. So this will be, it'll be impossible to actually move with this controller. So it ought to be interesting. So let's get into this and see how well I can do. So I'm just going to use the regular controller here to navigate the menu, and then I'm going to select the option I want with the Poppin' Music controller. There we go.
Welcome back to the stage
I don't even know if I can change characters, because I have no idea what button is what on this controller, since they're not actually labeled the same as they are in a regular Dreamcast controller. Anyway, we'll see how well this goes. I basically just have to select that button. I gotta keep my distance, that's the main goal here. Because if I get too close to them, they might be able to get a hit in. Of course, some of my opponents are gonna have some sticks and swords as well. Maxie's not too difficult since he doesn't have much of a reach. The thing with this game, though, is that it's on normal difficulty, it's not really that hard. In fact, it's pretty easy. It's kind of hard not to win, especially with Keelik. But of course, we're adding a bit more of a challenge by using the Poppin' Music controller here and having the inability to move my character. But so far, it's not putting up much of a challenge. I think I've been hit once so far. What's interesting about the Poppin' Music controller is it does kind of feel like an arcade stick, except minus the stick. So the buttons themselves are actually pretty good for fighting games, I suppose. They're very sensitive buttons, though. Even just kind of brushing over them, you tend to trigger the button. Well, that's 3 wins so far. It's been pretty much a cakewalk up until this point. We'll see what happens. I do believe the CPU players do get more difficult as you progress in survival mode, but I could be wrong. They might stay the same the entire time, I don't know. I do remember actually playing this for a contest quite a few years back, and yeah, I was able to just keep going forever pretty much with Keelik. Keelik is kind of known as a sort of cheap character in this game. A bit overpowered, I guess you could say. So I'm thinking maybe I probably should have picked a different character, but then again, I can't really figure out how to switch characters with the Poppin' Music controller. I'm sure I could if I figured out what button was what. Although I don't know if it has left and right on left and right D-pad buttons on it. I think it just has up and down, because in Poppin' Music you can go up and down in the menu, but you don't need to go left and right. Because you have 4 face buttons, and there are 9 buttons on the controller. So I believe L and R are mapped on this controller as well, so that's 6 buttons, that leaves 3 left. Yeah, so you couldn't have all of the D-pad. You can only have left and right. Or up and down, I mean. I'm not even paying attention to the game at this point, and I'm still winning. Just kind of proves to you how easy this game is. Although Astaroth is getting some hits in here. I need to just keep spamming my stick. I'd like to get someone out of the arena. That'd be cool. Bit hard to do without my uppercut move though, and you need to get close to do it. With Keelik, it is so easy to get ring outs. Assuming you're using a regular controller. I'm trying to get fancy here, but I might regret it. Ooh, I did get a ring out. Nice. Okay. I mean, who needs to move? Moving is overrated. Why do they even have that option in fighting games? You only need the face buttons. That's all you need. I can sort of move anyway. I mean, every time I swing my rod here, I do lunge forward a bit, so I can move forward. I just can't move side to side or backwards. Although I suppose I could move backwards if I blocked and got hit. Alright, he got some hits in there. I'm hurting a bit. Nightmare wasn't much of a nightmare, though. It was more of an unpleasant dream. Alright, Cervantes. Or Cervantes? Cervantes! Right. I'm starting to get fancier with my moves. No! Oh, man. Ooh, that was close. He got some good hits in there. I'm trying to get fancy, and I probably shouldn't. If I just spam the same move over and over again, I think I'd be much better off. But that's 10 wins so far, that's not bad.
Final battle, fight.
See, this is what works. You gotta stick with what works. Just keep whacking her in the head with my stick. That's all you need to do. That is 11 wins under Keelik's belt now.
Final battle, fight.
Yeah, I suppose you can do better without moving. I mean, technically, you don't have to use your brain power to move, so you can use all of that brain power for attack. You don't have to think about moving. It makes sense. Alright, versus myself. Stick versus stick, rod versus rod. Who will win, folks? Will it be immobile Keelik or mobile Keelik? That is the question. Well, that answers that question. 13 wins. As it turns out, this is not much of a challenge. I say that now, and I'll probably lose this round. Or maybe not. Ow. Man, all that armor, it really isn't doing Nightmare much good at all. I mean, if you can get knocked out by a wooden stick, I think your armor might need some work. He's probably wearing plastic armor. Got it from the kids section at the dollar store. Well, Elvis is no match for me.
This victory strengthens the soul of Keelik. You
This might be a longer video than I thought it would be. Again, this game is so easy on normal mode, it's crazy. And even on hard mode, this game is not that difficult. I'd say if you want any challenge whatsoever, you really need to put it on anything above hard. I'm not sure what comes above hard. Very hard? Ultimate difficulty. Burning soul difficulty, I don't know. I don't know, but I could probably do this blindfolded with the Poppin' Music controller and still not have much of an issue. Alright, just to kind of speed things along, I'm gonna try some different moves. Even though it's not the winning strategy. I'm gonna give them a bit more of a chance by not spamming the reach rod move or whatever you call it. I'll get a bit closer to my enemy. They need a handicap. Alright, you know what, Astro? I'll let you get a hit in. Come on. Come on. Get a good hit in. Come on. Come on. The guy can't even hit me. There you go. There you go. You can't say I didn't give you a chance. Oh, man.
You win.
Alright, I'm not gonna go above 25 wins, I don't think. If I'm still going by 25 wins, I'll call it a victory. That's 19. You know what, I might just go to 20. This could go on forever. I need to find more of a challenge for this game. Alright, I'm playing Inferno. It makes sense to stop here, I suppose. Final battle. Literally the final battle. Even though the announcer says it's final battle every time. He lies. You can't trust the announcer. Inferno's actually blocking some things. I don't know how much good it's gonna do him. Ooh, this might be close. Close, but no cigar. Well, guys, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna call that a win. That was playing Soul Calibur wrong with the Poppin' Music controller. You know, at the end of this, I can't really say this is the wrong way to play the game because it's perfectly viable. It is perfectly playable with the Poppin' Music controller, even though you can't move. It's not really much of a handicap, to be honest. Not as much as I thought it would be. But anyway, guys, I am currently being beaten in the background, I believe. Which is probably the only way I'm not gonna win, is by just not touching the controller at all. That's a challenge there. Win without touching the controller. I'd say with Soul Calibur, it might be possible. But anyway, guys, that is gonna be it for this episode of Playing It Wrong. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep on dreaming.